A suspicious package shuts down Canada's parliament. We have the latest updates.
The spotlight is once again on Mayor Rob Ford, and Canadian DJ Deadmau5 leads Toronto fans on a wild goose chase. Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Wednesday, October 16th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at North Campus. I'm Faiza Amin. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Erica Vella. Ahead on our show, we have all your news, sports, entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Faiza has our top story.
The lounge van building across the street from Parliament Hill was evacuated this morning, just hours before the reopening of a new session of Parliament with the throne speech. The building houses the Prime Minister's office. The RCMP have a man in custody after an apparent bomb threat. Ottawa police say they received a call around 11:20. The RCMP say there is a suspicious package inside the building. Ottawa police and the RCMP have set up perimeter around the area. Nearby streets are close to all traffic. A police explosives unit truck is currently on scene. Governor General David Johnston is set to read the throne speech in the Senate starting at 5 p.m.
In Toronto, a female cyclist is in hospital after being hit by a truck near Spadina and Dundas early this morning. The 25-year-old was trapped under the vehicle for 15 minutes until emergency crew managed to pull her out. She has suffered life-threatening injuries to her legs and pelvis.
Two Toronto newspapers are breathing a sigh of relief as the Ontario Press Council ruled in their favor earlier today. Caroline Brown has the details.
The Ontario Press Council today dismissed a complaint against the Toronto Star for reporting on a video of Mayor Rob Ford allegedly smoking crack cocaine.
In a decision made public this morning, Council also dismissed a complaint made against the Globe and Mail for its story alleging Doug Ford dealt hashish in high school. Mayor Ford denied both stories.
I do not use crack cocaine, nor am I an addict of crack cocaine. As for a video, I cannot comment on a video that I have never seen or does not exist.
The Press Council also says reporters were thorough in analyzing the video.
They're pretty significant decisions, and it was done, there was a lot of thought put into this.
In order to rule on a decision, a panel of judges meet to determine if 3 conditions for acceptable conduct by investigative reporters are met. Was the story in the public interest? Was due diligence done to verify the allegations? And was sufficient notice given to the mayor so he had a reasonable opportunity to respond? Council says the investigative techniques followed appropriate journalistic guidelines. The Council's decision also says the Star was not required to show they had the video, and the Globe's use of anonymous sources was satisfactory. Mike Carapita, journalism coordinator at Humber, says that's not quite what he teaches.
It is pretty extraordinary that you would have 10 anonymous sources. We would never allow it in a journalism school, and I think the Globe was pretty well out there on a limb doing what they did.
Caroline Brown, Humber News.
And another Rob Ford story is in the news today. Councillor Paul Ainsley is calling Ford's robocalls to his Scarborough ward political thuggery. Ainsley plans to take the issue to the city's integrity commissioner. Ford says he was just doing his job by informing the public about how their tax dollars are being spent. Councillor Ainsley voted against the mayor's plan to replace the Scarborough RT with a subway extension. The robocall went out following the vote and Ainsley's resignation from Ford's executive committee on Friday.
Toronto and Waterfront Toronto have come up with 4 possible solutions for the East Gardiner that will be reviewed at a meeting tonight. The city says the options for the crumbling roadway include maintaining, improving, replacing, or removing the elevated expressway. It will cost over $230 million to maintain the Gardiner, and improving it will cost double that amount. Rebuilding the expressway would cost about $300 million. If Toronto chooses to bury the expressway, the total would be nearly $2 billion. The forum begins at 6:30 at the Toronto Reference Library.
Many of the Ontario services you've waited in line for can be obtained from your home. However, published statistics show that only a few users go online for important things such as license plate sticker renewal. The numbers show that 89% of birth certificates are obtained online, while organ donor registration is near 70%. Address changes for health services are more than 15%. Address changes for driver's license are 10%. Renewal of plate stickers are around 9%. Government Service Minister John Malloy says to attract more users, they need to change the culture.
Humber College students who are planning to start their own business may be in luck. Today, they can get info on how to win up to $10,000. The new Venture Seed Fund supports Humber graduates or final year students planning to start a new business. One major hurdle for most entrepreneurs is the startup fees. Students interested in this opportunity can attend an information session today from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. in room B106.
When we come back, we'll have more news from across the country and around the world. Jonathan Rumley will have sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Sandra DeGrandis.
May be shining, but don't put away your umbrellas just yet. I'll have your 5-day weather forecast after the break.